What a difference a year makes. Welcome, DC fans, welcome, superhero fans, welcome, geeks, welcome, nerds, and welcome back to Big Mouth. Yes, I have seen Aquaman, and I can't give you details. I can't go. This can't be a review. This is not a review. This is me just reacting and just telling you what I think of what I saw. So it's not. It's definitely not a review. What a difference a year makes, as I've already said. When I came out of Justice League, I was depressed for days. I remember getting in the taxi and the cab driver going, "Did you enjoy that?" And I said, "Yes." I lied to him. I didn't even have the emotions or the vocal cords to talk. I was so devastated because the trailers were all fabulous. It really looked like this would be an epic DCEU movie, and in my opinion, just like Man of Steel was, and Batman v Superman was. And I really enjoyed Wonder Woman too, and Suicide Squad, by the way. But what I saw was a dumbed down piece of work. This was not Zack Snyder's film. Yes, he shot some scenes, but it wasn't his film. It was a disgrace. But then I remember empathizing with Warner Brothers because so many different people said so many different things. Don't show Superman in the trailers, you'll ruin it. And then people said, oh, they should have shown Superman in the trailers. There was so much pressure from critical media, Warner Brothers didn't know which way to turn. And in the end, they turned the wrong way. And I don't mind Justice League as a film, looking back at it now, but the things that I'll always be disgusted by is the CG on Henry's lip. That film should never have been released in that condition. And really, as a DC fan, I was really embarrassed. They should have allowed Zack to complete his film, show his film, and if they weren't happy with him, they should have moved him on after that film. You're not telling me that film wouldn't have made maybe 7, 8, 900 million. I think it would have. It wouldn't have made a billion maybe, but I think what Zack would have given us would have at least pleased the fans of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. But that film really couldn't have pleased anyone. As I say, there were some great elements to it, and at times I enjoyed it, but it wasn't good enough. So, a year later, over a year, by the time you all go to theatres and see Aquaman, it will be over a year since Justice League. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This film is both entertaining, amusing, and so much depth, and it peels so many layers of so many characters, you'll need about 7 tissues. This film is everything. It's a mixture of what you see in the MCU, but it's also a mixture of what you've already seen in the DCEU. As I say, it's got those light moments, but it's also got a lot of depth. Every performance from every major player is absolutely so powerful. Wow. As I say, I can't give a review. All I can say is that it's an achievement. This is exactly what James Wan said. Star Wars underwater. It was just fabulous seeing his directing techniques. I've not seen techniques like this, so unique, so visual. I'm a director myself, and I couldn't have done what he did in this movie. I feel tired even thinking about what he did in this movie. So absolutely fabulous. You will see a film you want to see again and again and again. We all know the relationship that Jason Momoa. Sorry, let's start again. We all know the relationship, the working relationship between James Wan and new DC head Walter Hamada. They've worked together at New Line Cinema with the horror films that James has done to great success. So there was that relationship already. So when Walter turned up, James was already working on that film, so they could get together and there could be no misunderstandings. Walter could approach him and say, I like what you've done, James, but we need to do this and we need to do that. And they would have worked together perfectly. We know that Jeff Johns had a different idea to what David S. Goyer and Zack Snyder had of doing a DCEU, a DC Cinematic Universe. Jeff came out and said it in a Vulture interview just before Justice League was released. He said, I approached them and they wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't listen to what I was saying. So there was certainly too many cooks spoilt the broth with the original DCEU. As I say, I love those films, right? But at the end of the day, even though I love them and many of us love Zack Snyder, it's not just about us, it's the whole DC fan base around the world who need to be pleased and give them what they want. That is right. It can't just be about Zack Snyder fans. It can't be people just fans of the DCU, fans of BVS or MOS or Suicide Squad or Wonder Woman. We've got to get Warner Brothers are a business and they need to bring everyone in. This film, in my opinion, is going to please critics, fans. Everyone's going to be talking about this film. And because of that, the film could make more money than projected. I cried a few times, yeah, absolutely. I think mostly I cried because remembering as fans, what we've been through in this franchise. We've had so many people say so many horrible things to us about this franchise. When someone says something bad to me about a Superman film, it affects me, it hurts me, it wounds me. When someone says anything against DC, and when I hear all these pundits saying lovely things about the MCU and horrible things about the DCEU, that wounds me, that hurts me. I love DC. I love these characters. I want everyone talking about our franchise, our movies. And I think they will be, because this really is. I mean, as I say, I don't really want to talk about individual performances because that could be construed as a review. And I really don't want this video taken down because I have seen the film and I at least want you guys to know that this is not just a good film, not just a fabulous film, but a fantastic film, a fantastic achievement in directing, in writing. The screenplay is absolutely, fabulous. Again, I'm going too much into reviewing it, and I shouldn't be doing that, and I don't want to get into trouble. I will say one thing. Superhero films, especially the MCU, have had so many underwhelming bad guys. Now, I know Infinity War got a lot of praise, but we have to be honest here. Michael Shannon's Zod, epic. I believe Eisenberg's Lex, even though Eisenberg would never have been cast by me, and he's not the Lex we know from the comics, or when you look at Rosenbaum and on Smallville and how perfect he was, he's not the Lex that we kind of wanted. I still think he was excellent. And when you look at Ledger's Joker as well, I think you're going to love all. Patrick Wilson. I won't say anything more. But Ledger's there. No, Ledger's up there, right? Shannon's just below. And Patrick Wilson's slightly up there. That's all I'll say. It's freaking amazing. I'm so proud and humbled. I always trusted James Wan. I think we had a little bit of mistrust in Warner Brothers, but I knew Walter Hamada could deliver because Walter Hamada was a great CV, and what he's done already with New Line Cinema and with the horror movie franchise he's done with James Wan, I had faith. This was the right man to take over. And because they already had him at Warner Bros. Via New Line Cinema that Warner already owned, I think they didn't want to go outside. They wanted to bring someone from the inside who understood the problems, and wouldn't get too carried away with himself. And I think this is what Walter's done. And when we hear a lot of stuff that's going, in the future, I think Walter's making some fabulous decisions. Supergirl is a fabulous decision. Putting Margot Robbie literally in charge of Birds of Prey, a fabulous decision. And next year we've got Shazam to look forward to. And, of course, we've got the Joker movie as well. So you're going to like this film. You're going to like this film. This film will make up for the stuff that we've suffered since 2013. Now, I'm not saying we suffered Man of Steel. I'm saying we suffered reactions. I still see people on YouTube making videos saying that the only reason Batman was introduced to the DCEU so early is because Man of Steel underperformed. Man of Steel didn't underperform. If you compare it to other standalone movies before Wonder Woman and before Black Panther, they were making about that type of money anyway. So it's a load of nonsense. No, maybe Warner Brothers wanted Superman to make $1 billion, but it's very rare. And the only reason Black Panther did it because it was already coming from a very successful franchise that we'd already seen Black Panther in Civil War anyway. So he's already kind of established, you know what I mean? So a very difficult and different situation. So I still say the Man of Steel numbers were pretty good. That's up to you to decide if you think they're not. I think they were good, and I think Batman v Superman was their plan, and a fabulous film. But what I love about this film is it's for everyone. As I say, you've got everything. You've got the dark, the light, the depth, the funny. It's all round, and it's first of all, it's an all-round spectacle. But don't misunderstand me. It's not just a spectacle. It has everything. It's like opening a present at Christmas, and it's a PlayStation 5, but you thought the PlayStation 5 wasn't ready. But it's a PlayStation 5, and it's got this brand new virtual reality game, and it's absolutely fantastic. That's what this film is. You go into that theatre fearing for the worst, and I went in this screening, and there was a lot of pundits there, there was a lot of reviewers there was a lot of people that I recognised from the internet. I really had to work hard to go and see this film. And I was jet lagged because I took a plane, of course, because I live here in Cyprus. So I didn't see the film here. And there was a lot of negative chatter before the film, talking about Man of Steel, BVS, the whole franchise. And a lot of people thought they were going to see something that they were going to have to write down. And I remember one critic saying, I don't want to write this film down. I love DC. I want them to get it right. And I actually shed a tear when I heard this conversation because I thought to myself, that's like us fans. We're so desperate. So when we see the opening sequence and then the air in the room is sucked out and all of a sudden the mood of the room has changed, and that's beautiful when you're in a film, when you're watching a film with a bunch of strangers, and that happens because then you realise this is something special. And wow, this film really, really was something special. And to talk to the people I saw the film with afterwards, and there was smiles, and sometimes we get angry with critics, but wow, I'm still buzzing. I mean, I've got the trailer, the 5-minute trailer, 5 minutes, 17 seconds to be exact, an OCD. But at the end of the day, this film was absolutely fantastic, and you're going to love it. And I can't wait till we all can talk about it.